If the government is not ready to negotiate Brexit, then it should move over and let a team that does have a strategy to do it, to get in there and get on with it.
And do you think you could...
The point that was made there was very clear, that we run out of time in October next year. The government took the gamble, they lost the gamble. They're now in chaos and they need to sort it out. And if they can't, they should move over and let somebody else do it.
Should Theresa May resign immediately?
Well, look, there are many people ahead of me in the queue who are going to be asking that question, and most of them, I think, will be in the Tory party, Piers.
Hang on, I'm asking you that question. Come on, spit it out. Should she go?
Look, I'm not interested in the who's up and who's down of Westminster, OK?
Well, hang on. With the greatest respect, Mr Gardiner, you've just painted a very apocalyptic picture about the chaotic state of a nation. I'm simply asking you, should the Prime Minister of the country, the most important person in all this, who's had a catastrophic night, should she keep her job? It's not a difficult question.
Well, the British public have not thrown her out of a job, but she has, in what she said, and you talk about the catastrophic picture or the catalytic picture that is painted, she is the one who painted that picture, not me. She painted that picture. She said she needed more of a mandate. She got less of a mandate. So she must then stand by her own words and then choose the course of action that she thinks is the honourable one.
Mr Gardiner, the Labour Party is, I'm sure, feeling successful this morning, but of course the Labour Party has not won a majority.
This morning at all.
OK, but
I actually went for a majority Labour government. That's what I wanted, because that would have enabled us to fulfil our manifesto and change the lives of millions of people who needed that change in this country.
Indeed,
so this is not a success.
So you haven't been successful. OK, so
no, of course not.
Who, if you're asking Theresa May and the Conservatives to stand aside, who could the Labour Party do a deal with to take their place?
We've made it very clear we're not interested in doing deals. The way to do honest politics is to stand by your manifesto commitments. That would mean, as a minority administration, trying to put through, clause by clause, Act of Parliament by Act of Parliament, the manifesto commitments that we've made. And then to challenge those other parties who say that they want also to be part of progressive politics, to support each of those bills, each of those Acts of Parliament in turn. That's the way you get honest politics. You don't get it doing backroom deals. We saw what happened when we had a coalition. The Liberal Democrats and the Tories, neither of them kept their promises, and they both blamed each other
Mr.
for
Gardiner,
it. That's not honest.
OK, you're exuding a very sort of angry and sort of enraged air this morning. We were expecting the Labour representative to come on feeling slightly jubilant that their guy Corbyn had massively exceeded all expectations. You look like it's like the end of your life.
Look, politics isn't a game. It's not about, oh, we did better than expected. They've almost lost it. We almost caught up with it. It's not about that. But it still doesn't change my sense of loss, my sense of anger, that I cannot do what my manifesto was proposing to do, and that's to make lives better for children, for young people, for ordinary people in this country, for pensioners in this country. We're not able to do that, and that is a source of real anger and grief to me, because I think politics matters.
Well, given that your man then has lost and you feel so agitated about it, should Jeremy Corbyn now resign?
Piers, it's just the trivial way with which you sometimes treat politics as if it's a joke. I'm sorry, I don't share it. And maybe I'm just a po-faced, you know, but I don't share that sense that it's not important. You know, I was going around...
What are you talking about? What do you mean? I didn't say it wasn't important. I asked you, given the incredibly downbeat demeanour that you've been exuding for the last 6-7 minutes, on a morning we expected Labour to be pretty jubilant, I'm simply asking you a straightforward question. You are very upset that you've lost. Should you, in that situation, be calling for a change of leadership of the Labour Party to find someone who can win? Yes or no? I'm not trivialising it. I'm not making it a game. Don't put words into my mouth and don't patronise me. Yes or no? Should he continue?
it is a great achievement. I'm delighted for my colleagues. I'm delighted for those who've kept their seats, and I'm delighted for those who've gained their seats. But ultimately, it's not about us as politicians. It's about people here who need better lives.
Okay.
And at the moment, they're afraid because they don't see any real prospect of getting the change that they need.
OK, well, we finally wrestled a vaguely positive message from you, so thank you very much indeed for joining us, Mr Gardiner.